Dear children, so far we have completed average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume, average propensity to save, and the next one, marginal propensity to save. Now, what is this marginal propensity to save? I told you these concepts are the essential part of learning the Keynesian theory, because we need to understand about aggregate demand and aggregate supply in detail. Now, we will move on to marginal propensity to save. Just as we have explained marginal propensity to consume, we can explain marginal propensity to save. Now, let us recall what is marginal propensity to consume. Ratio of change in consumption to a change in the income. Likewise, instead of consumption, we will be using the term saving here. Ratio of change in saving to a change in the income. So, what is marginal propensity to save? Marginal propensity to save refers to the ratio of change in saving to a change in the income. Just a difference in the term used between marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. It is if it is MPC, instead of saving we will be using consumption here. As it is MPS, we have to use the term saving. So once again, marginal propensity to save refers to the ratio of change in saving to a change in the income level. When the income level of an economy changes, definitely the saving level also changes in the economy. That ratio is known as marginal propensity to save. Let us study that with an example. If saving increases in an economy from 30 crores to 90 crores, that means what was the initial saving? 30 crores. What is the present saving? 90 crores. With an increase in the income from 100 to 200. That means what is the present income? 200. What is the past income? 100. So, in the economy, from the 100 level of income, the income level has increased to 200 crores. So, as a result, when the income increased, definitely the saving also has increased from 30 crores to 90 crores. So, income increased from 30 crores to 90 crores. Saving has increased from 30 to 90 crores when income increased from 100 to 200 crores. So, this is saving and this is income. So, saving has increased from 30 to 90 crores due to increase in the income level from 100 to 200 crores. Here you can find delta Y and delta S. Let us find what is delta S and delta Y. What is delta S? The present saving and the previous saving in the economy. 90 minus 30 will give you 60. Now, likewise, the previous income and the present income, 200 minus 100 will give you 100. So, the difference between the present saving and the past saving, difference between the present income and the past income, the ratio of this is termed as MPS. Therefore, we can write the formula of MPS as delta S by delta Y. So, MPS is delta S by delta Y. So, if MPC is delta C by delta Y, MPS is delta S by delta Y. So, what is delta S? 90 minus 30, 60, 200 minus 100, 100. So, 60 by 100 is 0.6. That means what you should understand from that, when you convert it into percentage, it becomes 60%. So, what you should understand from that, 60% of increase in the income. So, here the change in the income is represented. So, what do you have to write here? 60% of the increase in the income is saved in the economy. So, if 60% of the income is saved, increase in the income is saved in the economy, the rest of the amount is used for consumption. That means 40% will be used for consumption. Therefore, if MPS is 60%, MPC will be definitely 40%. That is how you have to find out B and 1 minus B concept. That will be explained later very clearly. Okay, so this is how we find out MPS. MPS is equal to change in the saving by change in the income. Once again, MPS is equal to delta S by delta Y. Now we will move on to the table representing the marginal propensity to save. In the table we need both change in the saving and change in the income, because MPS is delta S by delta Y. Along with that we need saving, income as well as consumption, because only from consumption we can find saving, that is S is equal to Y minus C. Now let us see the table. Income level 100, the same table is used throughout, where consumption is 40 and this saving is minus 40. Then comes the next level of consumption 120, level of income 100, this saving is given as minus 20. Now throughout you can find the change in the saving is 20, 20, 20. So just as per the table, the change becomes 20 throughout, that is 40, 20, 0, 20 and 40. All these values, the change is 20 itself. The change in the level of income 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. The change in the income is 100 throughout. Now, how will you find out MPS? Delta S by delta Y. So, all these are delta S values, all these are delta Y values. So, let us find out one by one. Delta S by delta Y. First one is blank. Second one delta S 20 by delta Y 100. 20 by 100 will give you 0.20. Next one delta S by delta Y. 20 by 100 will give you 0.20. Next also delta S by delta Y. 20 by 100 will give you 0.20. And finally 20 by 100 delta S by delta Y will give you 0.20. So MPS is 0.20. So this is a table of marginal propensity to save. So to find out the table of MPS, you need the value of delta S, delta Y, S, Y and C. Now we can draw the diagram of marginal propensity to save. Now the saving curve starts from the Y axis, negative axis, because you know that because of autonomous consumption we have got the negative value of minus 40 and minus 20, where income is marked on the X axis and saving is marked on the Y axis. Now we can find that initial level of income in the economy is OY1. So let me write that initial income is OY1. Now what is the initial level of saving? Initial level of saving is OR. Initial saving is OR. OR is the initial saving and OY1 is the initial level of income. Now, when the income level has increased from OY1 to OY2, so from income level OY1, it has now increased to OY2. OY2. So what is the change that has happened in income? Y1, Y2. That is what I have written here. Delta Y is equal to Y1, Y2. And that the same area parallelly I have marked it here with the blue color. That is delta Y, Y1, Y2 is delta Y. So delta Y we can write as Y1, Y2. Now, what is a change? As a result of this change in the income, saving has also increased in the economy. Initial saving was only OR, now the saving is OP. That means a difference between PR has happened for savings. The same area I have marked it here with the blue ink, that is delta S parallel to this area, delta S PR. This is a change that has happened. So same parallelly I have marked it as delta S is equal to PR. Therefore I can write it as delta S is equal to PR. Now find out MPS. MPS is equal to delta S by delta Y. Delta S is PR, delta Y is Y1, Y2. Therefore MPS is equal to PR by Y1, Y2. This is how we mark marginal propensity to save. Now observations. MPS lies between 0 and 1. Why? It should lie between 0 and 1. MPS will be 1 if entire increase in the income is saved. That is not practical. MPS should always lie between 0 and 1. If MPS is 1, what should we try to understand? MPS is 1 means what? Every additional increase in the income is saved. Nothing is used for consumption. Will that happen? No. It is not a practical situation. Every increase in the income, a part of it is used for consumption also. Therefore, we can say marginal propensity to save should not be equal to 1. It should lie between 0 and 1. It should not be 1. If it is 1, it means what? The entire increase in the income is saved. That is not practical. A part of it is used for consumption also. So, MPS will be 1 if MPS cannot be 1. Cannot be 1. It should lie between 0 and 1. MPS cannot be 1. MPS will be 1 if the entire increase in the income is saved. It is not practical. That is not practical. So, MPS should not be equal to 1. It cannot be 1. If it is 1, it means what? The whole income increase is used for saving. So, once again I am repeating, MPS cannot be 1. If MPS is 1, it means what? The whole increase in the income is used for saving. That is not a practical situation. Likewise, MPS will be 0. MPS cannot be 0. That is a fact. MPS will be 0 if the entire additional increase in the income is consumed, which is not a practical situation. MPS cannot be 0. If MPS is 0, what do you mean by that? The entire increase in the income is used for consumption. Nothing is saved. That cannot happen. If there is no saving, there is no investment in the economy. No production takes place, no consumption also takes place. Therefore, value of MPS cannot be 1, cannot be 0. If it is 1, it means the entire income is saved. Entire increase in the income is saved. If the value of MPS is 0, it means what? The entire increase in the income is used for consumption only. Nothing is saved. It is not a practical situation. A part of it is used for saving also. So, MPS will be 0 only if entire additional income or increase in the income is consumed. If the entire additional increase in the income is used for consuming, MPS can be 0. Will that happen? No. A saving is required, which is not practical in the economy. So, once again I am repeating, MPS cannot be 1, MPS cannot be 0. MPS lies between 0 and 1. MPS will be 1 only if entire increase in the income is saved, and MPS will be 0 only if the entire increase in the income is consumed. Nothing is saved. That is not practical. Saving has to happen in the economy for the investment to take place. So, that is the point. So, the value of MPS should lie between 0 and 1. If it is a 0, MPS will be 0 only if the additional income or increase in the income is consumed, which is also not practical. That means some saving is required for the economy. Now, we will move on to the comparison between APS and MPS. Here I have written the table, basis, then APS and MPS. First, we will differentiate on the basis of meaning. What is APS? Ratio of saving to income. What is MPS? Ratio of change in saving to change in income. The definition itself you can write. Next is values less than 0. APS can be less than 0 when there is dis-saving. The value of APS becomes less than 0 when there is dis-saving. But MPS can never be less than 0 because delta C, change in consumption, can never be, because delta S, change in saving, can never be more than the change in the income after a particular level. After a particular level, the change in the consumption can never be more than the change in the income. So MPS can never be less than 0. It cannot be less than 0, because after a particular level people should consume. That is why I have written, because delta C can never be more than delta Y after a particular level. If it is more than that, the saving will be less than 0. Saving is required. So for that, after a particular level, people will try to save by increasing the consumption only to a particular level of income. Therefore, MPS can never be 0, because change in the consumption can never be more than change in the income. Concept of MPC comes there. Here for explaining the concept of MPS. You know, when the income increases, consumption increases, but less than the increase in the income. Why people are using it? For saving. Which one? A part of income is used for saving. That is why I have written it here like that. MPS can never be less than 0, because a change in the consumption can never be more than change in the income. After a particular level, people will keep a part of their income in the economy for saving. That is why MPS can never be less than 0. But APS can be less than 0 when there is dis-saving, because it is only a ratio of income to saving. But MPS is a different concept, which means ratio of change in the income to a change in the saving to a change in the income. So difference between these two makes a lot of changes. Therefore, APS can be less than 0, because there is this saving, and that is ratio of saving to income. But MPS cannot be less than 0, because it is ratio of change in saving to a change in the income, because of the application of working of marginal propensity to consume. And the last one, APS is S by Y and MPS is delta S by delta Y. So this is all about the comparative study between APS and MPS. Now the next topic is why MPC is given as B and MPS is given as 1 minus B. Now in the equation I told you, C is equal to C bar plus BY and S is equal to minus C bar plus 1 minus B into Y. I told you this 1 minus B is MPS and this B is MPC. Why is it so? If MPC, we can prove it with the help of an example. If MPC is 70%, what you should understand from that statement, every increase in the income, with every increase in the income in the economy, 70% is used for consumption. So automatically rest of the 30% should be used for saving, right? Let us see whether you are getting that. If MPC is equal to 70%, that means 0.7. It means that every increase in the income, additional income is used for consumption. Therefore, this 70% is B. MPC is B. Now, let us try to find out. I told you if 70% of, if additional increase in the income, from that if 70% is used for consumption, the rest 30% will be used for saving. Let us see whether we are getting that. So if this is B, let us see what is 1 minus B. 1 minus B is 1 minus 70%. 1 minus 70% means what? 1 minus 0.7, isn't it? That is what I have written here, 1 minus 0.7. What is MPS? 1 minus B. 1 minus B is 1 minus 0.7. What will you get? 0.3. That is equal to 30%. So what you should understand from that, with every increase in the income, 30% is used for saving. So hence it is proved B is equal to MPC, 1 minus B is equal to MPS. Why we denote B as MPC and 1 minus B as MPS? Once again I will tell you, if MPC is equal to 70%, that means B is 70%. It means every increase in the income, with every increase in the income, 70% is used for consumption. So definitely 30% of the income should be used for saving, isn't it? Therefore, as B is equal to MPC, 1 minus B is MPS. Therefore, I have written 1 minus B as 1 minus 70%, that is 1 minus 0.7. This 1 minus 0.7 is therefore MPS, right? 1 minus B is MPS. MPS is 1 minus B is equal to 0.3, that means 30%. So, with every increase in the income, 30% is used for saving. This is how the letter B denotes for MPC and the term 1 minus B represents for MPS. Thank you.